All right. Good afternoon. It's June 7th, 2022, and really we had an uptrend day. I actually didn't check to see if this turns out to be a larger channel, and it doesn't look like it. I mean, unless we got a break right there. That actually does look like it because we get a few touches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it breaks right here. So let's see. Does that midline looks like it influences prices a little bit too. So that's probably it. I didn't really look at that much. In the overnight, we had this downward move. Bias was definitely down. We came up short of the channel down here, and that led to just some sideways action and a break. I didn't see a whole lot in here. There was a second entry short right here, but the signal bar was no good. And I think this is a second entry as well, but that's congestive at that point. First entry, second entry with room back to the EMA right here. But, it's just, we're not really sure what prices are doing at that point. If they're coming back to test this, if they're in a range and they're going to test these levels of resistance. And then you get this first failed second entry long right here. That's pretty... I was looking at that, but when it made this higher high, I don't know. That looks like a pretty good failed second entry long to me. So you definitely might consider that. But then we spike up right after the opening, get a higher low. We go into this spiking channel. Even if you were looking at this level of support, like this is a range, you get a first entry, second entry, very good entry right there. Yeah, and then you get a really new low right here. So first entry, this is all too congestive for failures, and we're not really off the trend line, so I don't think you want to do that. So no entries right here. I think this is an overshoot that leads to a break. You could see a first entry, second entry right here. And that definitely gets you a scalp. But I think with it being, the bias being down overnight, and it looks like you're going into the overnight highs and lows midline, I don't think you want to take that. Get a break, attempt at a new high, that fails, and you get a first entry, failed second entry. That looks pretty good to me, but I don't know. These are all inside bars, so, and it doesn't look like it's off of a trend channel. You see that? So I don't think you want to take that. Get some bounces. Nothing much here, but these are confirmations of that trend channel. So if you see that, maybe you treat this as a double bottom, first entry, failed second entry, and you can see a lot of people did that. So I'm going to mark that blue. Would have been tough to see that channel. I don't think you would have had that channel at that point, but that's a failure right there. And this is all way too far from the EMA. Very steep channel up. You get a first entry, second entry, but it's just so far from the EMA. I don't think you can take that. When we come up here, make like a triple top, and we're just dwindling up here. And you get a first entry, second entry short that doesn't set up, and I'd still probably be looking for longs. But when you get this lower high, I think if you're an advanced chart reader and you know we're above the overnights, and it was, yeah, I think if you see all that, first entry, second entry, with the lower high, I think you might take that. Come down here, too far from the EMA. First entry, second entry short doesn't set up. Another test of that price level doesn't give you a good signal bar either. Then we come down here, first entry, second entry, signal bar's not great. Then you get this one. I think you take that one. back to the EMA at least. And you get another second entry right here, and that doesn't set up. So it's tough. That's congestive too. You see we hit the midline and bounce and break that channel. First entry failed, second entry, but that's a doji. I don't think you want to take that really. But it ends up being a big move. We come up here, form a range, and you get a first failed second entry short. It's also a second entry long off that trend channel. That's a good entry. Come up here, form this range, and it looks like you might look at this as a second entry long, but we're not really in like a strong. You might consider that one. Where was I? Just there. I think I was looking at this one, like a double top. That it really looks like a third entry to me. Then you get this. So I probably would have had my range lows right here at this point, and then you get this, and that looks like a breakout, like a failed break lower, kind of. So as long as you have room to these highs, I kind of like that. But if you're patient, you get a second entry long right off that level of support. Super good signal bar. And that ends up being a really good trade. You got a breakout pullback right here, but not much. This looks like a second entry you might consider, with plenty of room to the top. So I like that. But it's not off the EMA. Second entry short, it fails. And prices go higher. I don't think you can take that below the EMA though. Then we formed this steep move up, and that took us into the close. You can see a failure right here. Kind of looks like a second entry long as well. So you might take that. It's definitely off the trend channel. So, but you're going into the highs. That's the problem. So there were a couple good entries today. Just had to be patient. Hope everyone had a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow.